Good morning, everybody. Today is the day after chemo education, and it was a lot of great information. It was just overwhelming. And by the time that we got to the end, I had reached my limit, um, which actually is quite a lot. But because I'm so tired and because there's so much emotional stuff going on, like just like, hey, look, there's emotions coming up. Look at me, and I think I need to pay attention to that today. And I'm thinking about not going into work. I've been working every day since this started. Um, so I think, I should probably be able to get a day off. Because my concern is that like the emotional lid is going to bubble over and pop off today. So it would probably be a good idea for me to be proactive and find somebody to talk to, get some sleep, get some rest. If I can't get some sleep, get some rest. Do something entertaining for myself. Even yesterday when I left, like I was hoping to be able to do something entertaining, but what I had chosen was all done, so I ended up coming home and I was asleep by 9. um, and so I got lots of stuff to sift through and lots of stuff to prepare for. But today I think I need to like get some emotional crap out because like most of us are stackers. So I'll take this moment to say this: most of us are stackers, and what I mean by stackers is that we do this. So these guys right here, the salt and pepper shakers, what we do is we stack them in awkward positions. See how that kind of sits on top of this? Like that. We stack these things in these awkward positions. And then, like, we'll put this like this so it really looks like a big Jenga thing. Like, this is what a lot of us do with our emotions. And then, see, like, there's no stability there. There's no wobbly, it's all wobbly. So, like, for whatever reason, let me put these back real quick. I'm a little scatterbrained today, so if I don't put it back now, I probably won't put it back. So, like, for whatever reason, like, this is bringing up all sorts of stuff for me, I really miss the person that I was spending a lot of time with, so that's coming up. Like, I want the intimacy, like the cuddle part. They keep giving me, like, trying to give me these pamphlets about sex and, sex and cancer and chemo. And I'm like, I can't even imagine that right now. But someone just to cuddle up with and watch a TV show with, or just to kind of chill and talk and, like, talk about, things that interest me, that, sounds good. Or just to listen to someone else talk to me about things that interest her, that would be awesome. And so I'm stacking that. And then I'm stacking, like, my job and, like, fault finding, like fault finding on myself and fault finding on, the situation. And, like, I'm just going there, so I'm stacking that on top of that. And then, like, even though I am a seeker, I was raised in a very, very religious household. Like, we went to church on Sundays and Wednesdays. My mom was Catholic, so she never joined us. And my father was Pentecostal minister, was a Pentecostal minister. And, so, like, it was his job to educate us religious-wise, spirituality-wise. That was the deal that they had come up with. And, like, no surprise, I'm 38 years old. It didn't start to become cool to be gay. Like, and cool, I mean by, like, I think some, like, I think there is this distinct possibility that some people are just, acting out. But this is my opinion, so you don't have to agree with it, But, like, I think it's kind of cute. It's the trendy, it's the it thing to do to be gay right now. And, it was never the trendy or the it thing or the cool thing to do to be gay when I was a kid, And, like, I've had bottles and shit thrown at me, so when I'm going like this, like, there's a scar there, right? And, like, I got scars all over the place inside from being Christian and being raised in really Christian areas where, like, They, like, here's my view of Christianity. Like, I love Rob Bell because he's the one that made it possible for me to be able to accept my own version of Christianity. Like, Jesus, the cool little prophet dude that he is, that's not my phone. The cool little prophet guy that he is, he, like, he put forth a path of love, right? And if I want what he has, then I have to follow that path of love and be kind and tolerant and, like, try to understand. Even if I can't understand, try to understand, but not beat the crap out of people for who they are, and not, like, kill people. Like, I notice these things, like the Crusades, like, Christians killed a bunch of Muslims, men, women, and children because they wanted their property, because the Muslims took something from them. But yet we, like, as Christians are so upset because this faction of like, hardcore Muslims, just like hardcore Christians, are, like, trying to get something back that they perceive the Christians have taken from them. Like, that doesn't make any sense. An eye for an eye, like, dude, that's not what Jesus taught. So, like, all of my Christianity biases are coming up. And, like, I can't say I'm not prejudiced. Like, I'm very prejudiced about Christianity. I'm very prejudiced and I'm very leery when someone starts a conversation with, I'm a Christian. And all of that is coming up because, like, Christian organizations have been reaching out to me. And the first thing I do is, like, okay, so how do you handle people that you judge? I look in their past, like, how are they handling people that they judge? Because it makes a difference to me. And I'm like, okay, so, like, I'm stacking that on top of all this, and this is getting really wobbly, and on a normal day, I could care less, right? But clearly it's something inside of me that needs to come out, right? And so here's the last thing, but this is the biggest thing, and this is the most important thing, is that, like, as a person who's a psychiatric survivor, and that's what they call people like me who are misdiagnosed, went on medication, did exactly what they were told to do, and ended up damaged as a result of it. They call them psychiatric survivors. So, like, I am fully up and about and, like, I thrive. Dude, I live my life. I don't have, I got no regrets. It made me a stronger person, made me the person I am today. It, like, it made it possible for me to go through this. And I have damage, like scar, emotional damage as a result of it. Like, they are, part of the chemo is intravenous, right? And there's going to be a lot of blood work drawn. There's already been a lot of blood work drawn. And every single time, and you can see me getting a little anxious now, every single time they have to draw blood, I go, like, into this anxiety mode, right? Because I have track marks on both of my arms from 15 years of lithium medication. We have to check your blood, like, I've had veins collapse, and dude, that shit's not fun. It hurts, and, like, I'm, like, that's the first time in public I have ever done that, because, like, it's embarrassing. I'm an alcoholic, I got buddies that got track marks for, like, doing drugs. I didn't get them from that, so I tend to, like, hide them because I'm not a drug addict. I never stuck a needle in my arm, right? But, if I ever go back out, that might be one of my yets. But, the needles, needless to say, the needles scare me. They get me anxious, they get me worked up, and so, like, like, some of the nurses have been making comments like, you're so tough, and you're so strong, and you're afraid of a little tiny needle, and you got all these tattoos, and, like, they're gorgeous, and that's a lot of hours worth of tattoo work on your body. Like, how did you handle that? Well, it's not the same as someone drawing blood or sticking something in me. So, like, I have to get, I got to get myself centered, and I got to get myself able to handle that because I can do this. I can do all of this. The needles, they got me worried. Because literally, I look like, if you ever see one of those cartoons where there's like the elephant and he's standing on like this little tiny chair and there's this tiny, tiny little mouse. Yeah, that's what I look like. That's what I feel like on the inside. So I got all these things like stacking themselves up. And if I don't take care of it today, something's going to give. And either I'm going to retaliate at somebody, either passively or aggressively, or I'm just going to fall apart. And I'm sure that doesn't help anything. So I would rather be proactive, handle my emotions, and be able to go on to the next thing, because I know that I can do this. And now I have to convince myself that I can do the needle thing without anxiety, that everything's going to be fine, that, like my veins are going to be fine, that even though it hurts, I can handle this. I'm tough enough to do this, and I'm adult enough to be able to examine my fear, take a look at it, and move on from it. So I highly, highly, highly encourage anybody who's going through anything just to, handle your emotions when you got emotions popping off. Don't stuff those things. Don't numb yourself out, don't keep going. Stop, handle it, and then move forward. Because 9 chances out of 10 is me handling this now in the morning. It's only like 9:45. I'll be able to work this afternoon and this evening and, take care of myself at the same time and not blow somebody up because I'm overwhelmed with myself. So, long thing today. I thought it was going to be like 2 minutes. But, I just threw a lot of information about my own emotional stuff. But the reason I did that is because I really want to impress on you that no matter what it is you're going through, everybody does the stacking thing. Everybody plays Jenga or, whatever it is that you stack things and then they fall apart. And the key is to face them, not numb out. Tell on yourself. Go find someone to tell, because I'm not telling you everything. Go find someone to tell themselves and then do the next right thing that comes out of that. So, hope this was helpful. I hope this was not too long. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.